See, I do think that we are constantly being lied about balance all the time. There's endless articles, videos, whatever about what balance needs to be. I think for the most part that's a lie, and there is a very specific reason to why. I gotta grab a package. You want to come with? See, when it comes to balance, I think a lot of us are sold, we're sold a false idea that there is a simple way or like a way to achieve balance. And I do think that us YouTubers have a big part of that because, you know, we make videos about it and hopefully people watch them. This is not optimal. Okay, wait. Whoa, so huge. So everyone tells us that there is a specific way you need to be making spreadsheets, you need to be journaling, you need to be all these things. And recently I've been watching this guy that really breaks down athlete mentalities very well. And he was talking about how you need to lean into who you are as a person. An example of that is I have one of my best friends. He's the most organized person I know. We're talking meticulous organization. While me, I mean, you guys already know, I made a whole video about it, that I'm extremely disorganized, but that is just how my brain works. That is how I excel of doing the things that I want to do. So I guess my whole point that I'm trying to make here is that we often get trapped into like how-tos and we forget to kind of like take a step back, look at ourselves. What are we doing? What is working for us? How does our brain work? And I feel like discipline, motivation, like, you know, those David Goggins videos that we all watch, and it's like super motivating, you're hyped and you're like, I'm gonna do this. They're great athletes, for example, that play games before their championships. There's athletes, they're absolutely locked in and they excel in being in that place mentally where you lock in. There's different people out there. I think we forget that being different is the point. Being unique is the point. Listening to your own self will make you excel at whatever you're trying to do. And again, an example of that is that as goofy as I am, as much as I am the funniest person you're ever gonna see, is that I do excel in locking in just when I need to work, right? When I need to lock in and just do some work, I put these headphones on and I do not move for hours. I hyper fixate. I go in this flow state and I hyper focus on whatever the task is. I think that's great, but you know, for some people it's like you need to take a break every now and then, or a billion other versions. So when it comes to balance, it's like, I don't know. Personally, I just kind of go with the flow. Does that make sense? I'm gonna explain further. I don't think I showcased the fact that I live by the beach enough. I, of course, chose the most windiest, cold winter, hold up, day to go out and see the beach, but it's still beautiful. I want to find a place that it's not so windy. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So fun fact, you see this? Every winter they basically put all the sand here so they can kind of protect it all. And it's like, it's pretty good because it does protect me from the wind. Okay, I have found a bit of a shelter over here in this little cabin. Fun fact, in a few months you can buy like hot dogs and pancakes and stuff here. But back to a point. For most of my life I've always tried to fix things that I thought were wrong with me, like being disorganized or you know, not being good at certain things like math. That's a bad example, but I've always said it's absolutely very, very important to have a basic knowledge of surrounding things connected to what you're trying to do. That doesn't mean you're gonna be great at them. I think nowadays with how social media is and the just vast amounts of information, it's so easy to get trapped into like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Like, is this, what, huh? That was something. Figure out what your strengths are. Work on your weaknesses for sure, but why don't you focus on your strengths? Like, if you excel at something, why don't you focus on that? Every time I have experienced burnout is because I have tried to do something that was against who I am. Does that make sense? I feel like burnout comes from when we try so hard to do something that's not us. And you can apply that to everything. I feel like focus on your strengths. Find balance within your own way. Don't look at YouTube videos how to find balance. I mean, watch me, but I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it does. I'm freezing. I don't feel my hands. But I had some sick shots, dude. And like, to finish this off like good old school vlogging style, walking and talking, balance, much like things like happiness and stuff like this, it's not like some treasure that you can find buried and then you keep it forever. They change and they evolve all the time. Balance for me 2 years ago looked like, you know, work hard and then eat and sleep and don't do anything and sacrifice a bunch of things so I can like grow into my career. Balance for me now looks more like I need to work out, I need to, you know, be good, do good with my family, still progress in my career, but kind of like do the things that make me content with life. And it's like balance just evolves all the time and you need to find what works for you. I'm no longer trying to learn how to do spreadsheets because I think it's the magical way that is gonna make me organized and I'm gonna fix my life. No, every time I've leaned into me as a person, how I do things, that's when all the good results happened. Because I stop forcing stuff because I think it's the right way. There is no right way. Remember that saying, if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong. Find your own path. Motivation peak on a dark, gloomy winter day.